think the main problem with the band is that wrote more instruments than played.
And it was heroin, crazy talk Spanish, but you know what? They ate it up. They loved it. They loved it. We didn't really do much practicing other than punk out on a scooter, really. That was our thing.
Back in 55, what's that going to say? With me, Stinky Pete, Suarez, Simeon, Dactyl.
Oh, that's how old we are.
Dactyl started off with the drums, and he was a pretty good drummer for the most part. He did come down with quite the case of lunaphilia, and our 82 tour, we had to let him go because he wasn't cut it. Then so Peter rejoined. He moved from drummer to bassist, and then we moved Brad over to second drummer, and I took up the trumpet, and Stillian stayed on the guitar and vocals.
After that, we kind of went on a little hiatus for a while. We just chilled. A lot of us got, some of the guys that came to go. Funerals, weddings, baby showers, there was a lot of things. And then we started practicing again. We got back together for a reunion tour. We were getting all kinds of letters and, shit like that. And all we played was punk out on a scooter, so when time came, we just played punk out on a scooter 8 times on stage. And, but they liked it a lot. The people did. One time after the show, I can remember, after playing punk out on a scooter 3 times, and then we had we made up a song on the spot called the Oi Song. We made that up right there.
We did have the Mentos commercial song.
Yeah, oh wow, back in 84? 84.
Yeah, 84 or 87.
Back in 84, we, Mentos contacted us and they're like, yo, we need to do a song. And we're like, we can do a song with Mentos. I mean, we're hip, we're cool, we like minty fresh breath. And so, Suarez comes up with this little jingle, and I can't even remember the words. It was in Spanish. It was heroin, crazy talk Spanish, but you know what? They ate it up. They loved it. They loved it. I know he said Mentos like 25 times, and then a bunch of Spanish words, and they were probably profanities.
But translated to English afterwards.
Right. It was nice. It was 2 chords. We were just playing as fast as we could, so that took like 10 seconds to make, and we got $50 million for that.
They used to say, hit an old Spanish or Venezuelan proverb. It was, the coyote comes out at night to suckle on the blood of the children. I don't remember the rest, but you can imagine how much would set off a lot of violent behavior. A lot of deaths as well between members who would kill each other. I guess we have an ongoing list of members, but the ratio, more died than played in the band. Like, we'd introduce somebody, the next day they'd get hit by a car. People call it a curse, but no curse the bystanders. It's just, they would just get hit by a car.
Okay, but so tell me about Mark Sanders.
Mark Sanders. Mark Sanders. How do you feel about Mark Sanders? Bitch! Is that feel Mark Sanders? That's how I feel about Mark Sanders.
Mark Sanders pretty much ruined the entire band. It was either in '89 or it might have been in '44. But either one of those 2 years, Sanders came in saying, I've got a huge record contract for you guys. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. And
Big.
Next thing we know, he's shooting Suarez and Nunez in the head with a bow and arrow. He shot them both in the eyes with bow and arrows. And then after that, he took this very guitar, you can see the blood on it, whatever, and he threw it right on top of David Barclay's face. And he's still disfigured to this day.
He destroyed what was the multi-million corporation of the Bistanders.
He burned our crops, poisoned the water, and stole our children.
Pillaged the village, if you will.
Raped the women.
Just a terrible, terrible man.
He's our sworn enemy. What's those, the Transformers, what's the anti-Transformers? He's the Megatron to our Transformers.
Was it Megatron?
Whatever, he's the chicken to our egg.
Was Optimus Prime
Optimus.
Megatron? Optimus. He was a good
Optimus
member.
Prime was a good man.
Now Mark Sanders
Is the anti-Optimus.
I
He's the
don't
antagonist
know
Prime.
if I would put him either in between Hitler and Stalin or above them. He might as well have
I mean, if Mark
killed
Sanders
me inside.
walked in this room right now, I would kill him. I mean, even though I already did kill him, but 10 years ago, I would kill him.
I will resurrect him and kill him.
If his ghost came up and he was alive from the time I killed him before, I would kill him again.
Terrible man. He's a terrible.
He also ruined one of our side projects, Death Murder, Death Kill.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and the Goo Goo Bunch. The Goo Goo Bunch.
Yeah.
Pretty much every band we ever started, he's
White.
The Goo Goo Bunch morning show. The morning show we had a morning show.
The Goo Goo Bunch. I wasn't in the Goo Goo Bunch.
The Goo Goo Bunch's morning show, and we would get on there and report the news and do fun things. Mark Sanders had to come on, blab his mouth about the drugs and the fights and all the stuff that's in the past. If we were trying to go ahead, Mark Sanders had to come on and ruin it, and that's what got me back on drugs. And that's what really sent me in a downward spiral. That's all I had going, and Mark Sanders just...
Probably 90% of the reason why the Bystanders didn't work because of drug use, war in Tibet, lack of human resources. Oh, no, don't even get me started. That was probably 90% of the reason why we went downhill. But the majority of the reason why we started the spiral was because of Mark. Had anywhere between 435 and 4 members. I'd say anywhere between that.
I remember when Mark Sanders first came in, he was like, "Hey, I want to start up playing on your stringies," and we were like, "No, mate, we already got Suarez and Nunez and all those mates on the stringies," and he just pretty much he had his foot in the door, and he wasn't gonna let it close. He was in.
Oh, absolutely.
And we were like, right, well. He's in, he's going to play the stringies.
Like a fish eating the worms.
Sordid drug dealers who had given a spat of drugs.
I'd say that was our main problem.